I have 10 tips for making text-based t-shirt designs that sell super well on Amazon merch as well as other print-on-demand sites, and all of the examples I'm going to show you were made in Kittl, but for now let's go ahead and dive right into the tips. You want to use simple and easy to read text that clearly communicates the message. For example, this message here says best mom in the world, and it is super easy to read. There's no doubt what it says, and the type itself is very clean and easy to understand. So number 2, use humor. Humorous text-based t-shirt designs often sell super well because there is no end to the niches that you can tap into for funny text-based shirts. For example, this design says, "In my defense, I ran out of coffee," which is super funny and honestly relates to almost any situation. So think about humorous phrases that can work as text on a shirt. Just be careful with it. Try to limit it to about 5 or 6 words. Number 3, use popular slogans. T-shirt designs with that text that has the popular slogan often sell super well. For example, this design says "death before decaf," which is familiar, easy to understand, rolls off the tongue, and is just a bit fun and silly in the same way. So think about how you can orchestrate these popular slogans as text on a shirt. Number 4, use bold contrasting colors. You want to use colors for your text that contrast with the color of your shirt. And obviously this will depend on the color of your shirt, but while setting up your initial design, you can change the background color to see what it's going to look like. So for example, right here we have a light purple background with bright yellow text that contrasts well and also fits the vibe, along with another bright color, that red, that acts as a shadow for the yellow text. Number 5, use high quality images. If you're wanting to include an image on your shirt, then you need to make sure that that image is super high resolution so there's no printing issues. For example, you can see here that the mushroom in this design is definitely a static image, but it fits the general aesthetic, and I know because it was made in Kittl, the image is super high resolution so there won't be any issues printing it. A lot of meme-based shirts use this because it's a screenshot or otherwise made graphic on the internet, so you want to make sure if you're doing something like that, just make sure the resolution size is pretty massive, maybe 3000 pixels by 3000 pixels if it's a square, and that's just a suggestion. I don't know how big you want to put it on the shirt, but you want to make sure there's no issues when you ship that off and Amazon prints it or Redbubble prints it or whatever. Number 6, use trending topics. Use pop culture references or trending topics in your t-shirt designs because they always sell super well, and one of those trending topics right now, for example, is the 90s and 90s style designs. So like you can see here in this example where we've got some retro skates and some Memphis style geometric shapes that fit that late 80s and early 90s time period. And as a general rule of thumb, retro style designs always sell super well, whether that's on Etsy or Amazon merch or wherever else. Tip number 7 is to use positive messages. Positive messages and uplifting quotes often sell well because obviously we can always use more of that in the world, and it's self-explanatory. And it goes without saying, if you can match positivity with an amazing design, then you're definitely going to catch some attention and someone's going to be proud to wear that design on their shirt. Number 8, add graphic elements and or texture to increase that visual interest. Using graphic elements on your shirt can help tie the overall quote together if it's needed. For example, here we have this design centered around bingo, and we clearly have a queen, so using the crown up top along with the bingo cards at the bottom creates that extra interest without detracting from the main quote itself. Tip number 9 is to use various typography. You want to use different fonts, weights, sizes, colors, and things like that to bring interest and make your overall design attractive. Now, you can definitely get carried away with this, so a general rule of thumb when you're getting started is to limit yourself to 2 font choices so you can see what works and what doesn't. But after a while, when you start getting comfortable making different layouts, you can make something like this example, which uses a variety of fonts to create a visual piece that definitely catches your attention. So try out different font combinations to see what works and what doesn't. Just make sure you're not using too many so that your overall quote or text becomes distracting. And last but not least, use niche markets. You want to target specific niches such as pet lovers, coders, sports fans, and in this example right here, we're mixing some humor with car lovers, warning people that they could talk about cars for hours, which is a brilliant design. So think about out those niche markets and the phrases and or other general design elements in that niche that you could bring onto a shirt as a quote or something like that to catch interest. Well, I hope this was helpful for you, and if you got value out of this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos. And again, all of the designs you saw as examples in this video were made in Kittl, which you can give a try right now for free, signing up using the link down in the description. Kittl is our in-browser design editor. You don't need Photoshop, you don't need Illustrator, anything like that. It has everything you need, illustrations, elements, fonts, and you can go and check it out for yourself. Now, if you want to see other tutorials using Kittl, I have these videos here on my right that I know you're going to enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos and features and things like that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.